I finally made it. Had a busy just doing day, cleaned the kitchen, made a very effortful cake. It was very yummy. That's real hazelnut cake. Very nice flavor. It's in there. And that is the best. I will have the recipe uploaded probably tomorrow now. Today, have passed so quickly. This is very good. And the cream is so mild. It's Tonka butternut cream, Tonka pudding butternut cream. So it's not that much calories, and then just a little bit of whipped cream with crumbled caramel that I made myself, which took a while, just like the pudding and all the steps. But a little bit more effort than the usual cake because the buttercream has a specific way, and this definitely tastes very different. It's a great idea to do hazelnut cake like this. Is Egyptian hazelnut cake. I will be adding that also to the video that I made. The link to the recipe in the blog. It's lovely. It's very sweet. It's not too sweet for me. Has a little caramel crunchiness. And like, I love cakes like this every once in a while. It's special for me. I'm more like a fruit cake person, or chocolate. Everything chocolate is what I love. But this is a must try for sure. I had it sit now for a few hours in my fridge. It's very this will be a favorite recipe. I would probably make the caramel the day earlier, just it saves time, and like I don't feel like it's that much effort because it's faster made. And also I come with the pudding. I couldn't make more of the pudding. It did taste so good without the butter and the cream. And it did turn out so beautiful. It did really turn out so beautiful. And I just felt like sharing my finished cake because it was much effort and I wanted it on my YouTube, you know, for motivation to make it again, because I know I will be lazy with it. That's who I am. But it is worth making, and I think I'm gonna Google it. It's a scarf dress. I've seen it on TikTok, and then I found one in a store that I like. It's so effortless and flowy. Scarf dress. You can Google it. It's not very trending, but it does look put together, you know. And the color is my favorite color for aging. Just a little bit like the leaves. Because I'm gonna be 40 soon. I'm preparing myself because I think it's a little bit triggering. Growing old means like also facing illness, and you've already lived lots, like half of your life mostly. So it's like a little bit of a time where you look back and you kind of a little bit unsure what you actually lived for sometimes, honestly. So I make lists like what I'm grateful for, what I want to do, what my 40s should look like. And then this color, this purple color, is a warm color that I feel. And I like to just embrace it and beautify the whole topic. That's just also what I learned to do with dying, like death and grief. I learned to make music, then there is like keening songs, which is a Celtic tradition, Irish, Scottish, Gaelic songs for keening. Keening. That is so beautiful. And like it is sad. It touches my heart and even my soul. Like deep in my soul there's a resonance. There's a yearning for the lost love. And it's a little bit like reclaiming the ugliness of the grief, and then there's just this way back to love. And that I find that helpful. And then I made an altar last year, and I've currently also lost someone, so I am a little bit struggling with grief again. But I'm taking my time. I'm not struggling. I'm not fighting it anymore, because I did that in my 20s. I did fight grief like it was the enemy. But I learned to give in. And yeah, I learned to give in, and that's the same I do with the topic of aging, because I don't know, I'm not prepared. I feel the hormonal shift in my body, and I was also not prepared how much this will not feel like me, so I needed to reclaim my own self with the less of estrogen, feel a little bit more firm and a little more accurate, a little bit more grown up than I ever wanted to be. So I learned to love this part of myself, and I express it a little bit with like more classic styling included, and then I feel more structure that holds me in a wholesome way, where also my inner girl is like happy with the spiritual practice. And then I worked out a little bit of aging, like journaling, and have 2 or 3 Pinterest boards surrounded with the topic. I have a strong anti-aging routine. It brings me joy and very good effects. The best tool that I got is this massage thing. Did cost me 30 euros. It also has infrared light, and you massage your face with it. And just like 2-3 a day, or every other day, you can even do that, and it helps. Like does not look like the earth is like sucking my cheeks down to my throat, which it did for a while. Like the cheekbones, they did not look firm and formed. And now with this too, like I'm not a pro, obviously. You can get massage and all, and they do that for the limbs and for the muscles and all, like in the appropriate best way. You should use it from the inside out, but I love it from the out. But it's fine. I'm trying to do it this way, and it just has really good effects. And I also do sugar peelings, little polstering effect, and then I have like dermapen. So it's not that I'm fighting aging. Like I think aging is beautiful, but I feel like I need a little bit more investment in my beauty routine. And I also got the idea from my sister to make my hairs more curly, because I naturally have more wavy hair, but with few products I had the beautiful locks. So I did learn to accept my aging self, and it's not that I don't think I'm beautiful, but I feel better just putting the effort and the energy into the little bit of a beauty routine. Also, it's super yoga to do that. Like gua sha and all of that, like many of the yoga people that I know like these things. And then it's feel good and wellness routines, obviously that is very good for the aging body as well. And obviously fitness and swimming and all, and will be beautiful. Like there's so many things you can do for your own self. And then it is also a little bit facing grief every once in a while, because I'm not grieving my youth, but I am grieving this lightheartedness that comes with being in your 20s, and then will your 30s are full on. And it's already nearly done. I'm 37. I will be 40 in no time. So I have absolutely no idea what I should be celebrating my 30s. Honestly, it was so hard. So I'm a little bit overwhelmed, but finding my peace ever again. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having stronger boundaries now. It's even a practice to set more boundaries and give into more of what I want and I crave, and don't trying to be liked by somebody else is the stupidest thing ever, because it's just like putting a label onto somebody who wants to be judging if you are alright or no. So that's just that was once normal, but like I don't see that as accurate. So also I do recognize how much I've learned in my life. Sometimes it's crazy how much I know about things. That's positive though. That's positive, but also like it keeps me closer to more somatic, flowy, feminine style spiritual practice, which bring me into the breath work, the softness, the slowness, the fluidness of the emotionality that I can hold beautifully in a meditation, the Reiki with sound bath, and then yeah, I do also feel more political reach than ever since the lockdown. And I am nearly 40, you know. I've been around since the fucking 90s, and I always read newspapers as far as I remember. And I remember politics, and what I'm seeing is not politics anymore. That is just unstructured mess, lots of scandalousness, and bloody, actually. So, as the peaceful, faithful woman that I am, I'm first in my life really stepping away from the society because I don't see myself represented. And I'm even feeling unsafe in my country the first time, because we don't have terror threats normally. People are well behaved, but now we have like teenagers and we have femicide rates and like all of those things, and then get sexually assaulted in my country, which does not, like, I'm not Islamist. I live in a Catholic country, and that is just pressuring you into a form of a being that is allowed. Basically, that's idealistic, but it's not like Islamists who are really sexist, you know? So I feel a shift with like all of those migrants that were not usually in our countries, because it was not a thing. So it does shift life quality and culture. I'm a little bit like, I'm not having a life crisis, because I live very truthfully, and I have deep processes that I journal, that I talk about. I went to therapy. I moved all through these crises in my 20s, because I knew I can use this trauma phase in my life that I could not prevent because I was so depleted, for in-depth peacefulness. I can maybe find that, because I did not know how to be happy, so I did learn to be peaceful. And from the inner peace, the inner smile, there's even a practice, grew, and I learned to smile again. And I lost people in my life, even like same age people, even people that I met on this therapy path, and I am still very sorry that this ended this way for them. So I do, as a 40-year-old, I do definitely feel gratitude that I'm strong and healthy and vital, and that I learned in my life. And now I really feel like it's a time to make myself the priority in my life, which I've never done before, and to stay most true to what is on my path, and in my opinion, a good life, and don't feel pushed or pressured into anything for anyone, and just live with my own spirit freely in my own free life. That is number one priority. So I'm in letting go lots of people that I knew once, and like I did a little bit reconnect and was not so happy, and family too, and even like my village. I don't never want to come back because people are not human anymore. I don't waste my energy and time on those kind of tribes. So yeah, but I actually just wanted to hop on to share my cake and a little bit of fun about baking, but it was accidentally a little bit more serious, which is fine. We just chatted about crisis and grief and like how you can hold this and mix that with beautifulness and creativity and also movement. Like that helps emotionally. Uh, movement helps and resting helps. But like every psychologist or every therapist will tell you so too. They have lots of good tools for you. If you ever need help, reach out, guys. You can also do that online. Now, I did not have that option because that was just established while I was already in therapy. I can do that now if I want to, but I have an app, a coaching app that that saves what I said, and that's very helpful, and that gives me feedback and that teaches me to understand myself better. Like I can chat to this on demand, and it as long as I want to, and like sometimes for hours, like sometimes I really talked for 1/2 hour with that app, and I really learned and got great feedback. And then they also give me like, after I finish this entry, I always get a quote and a little excerpt of what I said. So and it's also documented. So, and then I always get a little bit of insight into the psychological words, and so they show me this is part of positive psychology, this is trauma, something. So I'm a little bit reflecting, and even I could learn about new concepts if I wanted to, but I'm not that into psychology. I just resonate deeply with this kind of work because I like to talk, I like to analyze, I love to understand, and also I love just being witnessed in my own special truth that I can and I want to share. And like with the app, it's even more easy than with therapists, but it's obviously just because I don't really have a big issue currently because I've been in a long therapy phase. So it's just a little bit of structuring, moving, and then I think I'm used to this new me, this nearly 40-year-old woman. Like, I think we should not, like, I would try to also prepare for before my 30th, for my 40th. So, and to not feel like this is weird. I feel so changed. And a little bit miss my little estrogen filled self that is way more rested and less. No, it's not analytical, it's just less grown up. Like I feel grown up, I've seen it all, I've done it all, I went through it all, and then you're there, and then I felt a little bit more protected and supported in my 30s. But it's also because I lived in a good city and now I live in a very bad corner of the countryside. Yeah. I'm also a little bit of tired, honestly. That's probably why I'm a bit oversharing. So I'm gonna go. I've not had food now because it was so warm, but I will be having just an omelette with tomato and fresh bakery finds like Pfeffer, Brezen. That's a good addition of the omelette, and I already made juice and for tomorrow. And that's the end of my day. It's also the 1st of August, which is Lammas, so it's the first harvest festival of the year. So that's also a good time to bake a loaf, to give gratitude, make a gratitude list, see whatever you harvest this August for yourself. And it's all inspired by nature and its rhythms. Okay, guys, see you again next time. Bye.